the human organism is very susceptible right now with the upcoming full moon that's squaring Pluto. It's causing a T-square with the sun and Pluto and the moon in cardinal at 26 degrees. And so, if you're an astrologer, you can, and you knew why to learn astrology, you could pick up, you can have an edge, more, and you can just, man, try and forgive people who don't take the higher road in communications and understanding about anything. Right now, of course, it's narcissists are flaring up, and unfortunately, they always get their way if they get an interaction at all. You have to know that, man. It's like now you have to learn because it has to do with Libra and the Sun in Aries, which Aries is kind of narcissistic. The Mars, but there's a chance to understand now. There's a chance to understand the warring that is going on. It's one of the hardest things in the world. You can just bet that it is. And the truth is that reality is peace. So you'll have to make a choice, when somebody's in your face about something and they think they're right or something and it's just not right because the moment is right, but the mind isn't. And so you're going to have to make a choice. It's really hard to deal with people, at this very time, and it's just, I'm crying because you can feel very alone. When you're an honest person and you're doing the right thing, you're just going to feel alone. You're not going to, you're choosing not to interact because it seems that the only interaction that people can have is just sour. Weird. And it's just because you don't know or something, and there's no understanding between anybody. And man, I'm reaching for peace, and I see it. Reality is peace. I see it right in front of me, and it's all around me. And um, I choose that. I'm choosing that. There's too much going for me too. My health, is wonderful. There's just a few topical things I need to get taken care of, like with my skin and stuff. But other than that, I am so lucky to feel the way I do in my inner geometry, and everything is just. And I advise people right now listening to this, if you can relate with this at all, protect yourself. Protect yourself from the people who are drowning right now. I mean, it's not that you don't care about them. It's just that they are drowning. And if you are at all a lifeguard, you are taught to stay away from them, but try to let them know that you're trying to save them, and tell them to beware that who is who. You can't grab onto me because you both could go down. And that's real. That's what's happening all around right now. The narcissist is really feeling it right now. It's rearing up, and it's a battle zone. And it's like you have to understand the intricacies of relating. It's like, okay, so what? I didn't know, but that person was unprofessional in dealing with the fact that I didn't know. As far as professionalism and transaction, and the way that we are see, this is where Libra comes in. Is like, if you're creating a balance, if you're gonna, I'm yelling because I hope you hear me. If you're going to, it's a transactional thing. Be careful of what you put your money in, and also, unfortunately, we have to put up with this shit that where we put our money. Right now, I don't experience any bad experience except for from the phone company. Those people talk to you like you're stupid. It's like, I admit I don't know everything, but isn't that why you're there? I mean, why? I had at one point I said, well, at this point I would like to talk I guess we would have to call somebody from my phone company that knows about this subject matter that I'm inquiring of, that I actually called, and I thought you were this fucking place called the Spectrum, and I mean, who the fuck are you? I could tell that, but it's everybody out there is just going bonkers with how the narcissist wants to be there more real than reality itself. And I'm just thinking, shit, this was tough, man. This was tough because that person chose that shitty route. I had to take that. This is Libra, knows very well what's happening with this vibrational frequency. And a lot of people are in denial about Libra and this whole thing that no, we don't affect each other. The hell you fucking don't and you do. That's like telling a musician that when somebody plays a bad key over there, it's not really G, but it's G sharp, and they're off in the fucking distance something, and they're not even playing on rhythm. On stage, when they get on stage, just ignore that. They're not really affecting anything, or the audience either. You cannot convince us of that at all. And Libras rule human relationship and how to get along and do things. And now's the time we have fucking Libra moon. And I'm on the higher vibrational frequency. Did I not? Or did I just make sense there? Do you like music or not? Do you see the way everything's changing and how they're trying to drive through intelligence crazy, which is very few. Very few of us know how to play music. Very few of us know how to taste things right, to cook right. And then when they just say, watch this, 95% of the people will agree and will torture these other fucking people who know the truth, man. That's what's happening. It's like, I'm not afraid to cry at all. And I think especially we should start just crying, especially women. Women are really feeling it. It's like, excuse me? I've taken all this time to listen to my mother's mother's mother, who knows about their body, but you're going to tell me something different about my immune system and how to treat everything? Cry. Cry at the gas pump. Cry everywhere. Just say, excuse me, this is hard. Just let the tears pour, man, and make people wonder why. What's happening? Well, what kind of decisions are you making today? And what kind of radiation are you performing today? Really? This is fucking professional shit. In the professional shit, like, what are you doing with this balance crap? What are you doing for a balance? Is it really a balance? Are you knocking people off balance? I mean, whatever you got to do, people, just fucking treat people nice from fucking moment to moment. That's all you have. Those poor people that have to fucking work in those gas stations and wherever the fuck they are thinking that they're doing a fucking job that a robot can do or whatever. Have mercy on their souls. They're fine. They're fine. I know how it is to have a job. I love having a job. You know what I mean? Shit. But how much do you make? Is it worth it? Really? Did you decide to do that? I had the most amazing experience. I'd love to share it right here. Maybe I should just press pause, but I can split it up. And it's about how that I put myself out there for human service, my skill to do a specific thing, $25 an hour, and it can include other things, like housekeeping and window washing. I would have to get the tools because I used to do that, and that's what I know. I used to do that for $15 an hour 15 years ago. Now I'm doing it for 25, which I know is like 15 under, but everybody knows it's a deal. So what has happened is that I've had to decide, okay, so do I want to work for the egos that want to hire me and do things that I disagree with and that would make me feel, and it tends to not make me feel well working with them because they are egos. And these are people that, they think they're hiring me for $25 an hour, and then they're going to tell me how to manage my bodily fluids. Like, Shauna, go take a drink of water now. And I'm like, excuse me, but I don't take a drink of water until after I do all of this stuff, and you can't even keep up with me. And what the fuck are you talking about? So I was like, I was tripping out. I was like, okay, so what do I do? I didn't know. I honestly I didn't really go in and assess. I didn't know what I just said now as to be fact, what it was. I didn't feel good about going there, but I feel good about going over here. I do the same kind of work over here, and I don't put up with the mentality and the ego strife and whatever the fuck that was for the money. These people are also doing things that I disagree with as far as poisoning the fucking land and using fucking pesticides and shit. Excuse me. So when I chose to do this thing over here, before I even went over to the better thing, which was the same kind of work, something in my being just fucking hallelujah. I felt so good about what I was doing. So that's what I'm trying to tell you, people. Did you get the story? It's like, be careful what you do for that money. Please. Pull back a little bit. If you have not fucking done that already, that's what we're doing now. There is real life good human energy out there that beautifies and make things beautiful, and they can heal you too. Pay your true healers more. Pay the people more. Feed the bottom. Because those are your leaders being treated like shit.